Hi, this is Tammy. This video and this channel's content is meant for those that are 18 and over. Thank you. Hi everybody, this is Tammy and I am here today to share with you the projects that I created for Tina, who is Tell Him Thank You here on YouTube. So we had agreed to do a swap. We left the swap open to just make a card and then whatever else we wanted to make and to send. So I'm going to share with you what I created for her. So this is the card that I created. I just used a ready-made card blank that's on this pretty ivory paper. And then on the card and also on my project, I used the Prima Lavender collection because Tina loves purple. I don't have a lot of purple, but I do have this lavender collection that I've used on projects for my sister in the past because she likes lavender. She likes lavender as well. So I'm not sure if you're seeing all the shimmer that's on the card, but all of that shimmer is from this Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist called Pearl, and I just love this. There's also some gold gilding on the projects, and that is from this Artsy Paste and gold. And then I used, like I said, the papers. I used 3 layers. I pop dotted the second 2 layers. And then this is a Maggie Holmes sticker that says hello. I just put it on a little tag. And I tied a bow at the top of the tag and put a little bling. The butterfly I fussy cut from the paper collection. I only glued it down in the center. I put some little bling down the center. And then this frame I had in my stash as well. I just turned it on a diagonal and then put the butterfly in the center. And then there are some enamel dots here and here. And I think it came out really, really pretty. I haven't written anything on the inside, but I just took a scrap of the paper and put it across the bottom. And then one of the butterflies that was on another scrap of paper, but it wasn't the full butterfly. So I just cut it and down the center, and I glued just half of it onto the card, and I left this part up and curled, so that adds a little dimensional item inside the card. But I think it came out really, really pretty. So that's the card that I created for her. I also made her a Pokey tool, and I made 4 of these so far, and I haven't done any videos on them. You won't see this video until after Tina gets her package, so I probably will do a video before so you'll probably see a video on these before you see this video. But I use the scribe pins from Hobby Lobby, and you'll find them in the jewelry section where all of the findings are. And I used some beads from Hobby Lobby that I had gotten on clearance I think last year. I used most of them from this pack here. And I took the label off. I can't remember. They were either 3 something or 4 something. But I used 2 of the black beads. And this one has hearts on it. And then this one is solid. I used a pearl. And then this one right here is super, super pretty. It has glitter on the inside. It's so cute. And then I just used a white bead. And then this other like crackle bead. And I used E6000. I followed the tutorial by Anna, who is Serenity Creations. I will put a link in the description box to her tutorial. I also added a crown. So this is one of the Frank Garcia Memory Hardware charms. So they look like this. And they have a jump ring at the top. So I put that also on the scribe pen. And then from the jump ring on the top, I just took some alphabet beads and spelled out her name. And then I put a crackle bead and a pearl dangling from the bottom of her name. So that's the other item that I created for her. And then the main thing I created for her is an altered cigar box. I've had this cigar box. I paid $2.99 for it from a thrift store, and I've had it just waiting for the perfect time to alter them. I've altered these in the past, and they're always so fun to do. And I haven't done a project like this in a while. But I did a lot of mixed media on it because Tina loves mixed media. Again, I used the Prima Lavender paper. But I also played up a lot of the golds and the neutral tones in the paper collection. So Tina also hosts Crafty Dares on Instagram, and one week, or actually, yeah, one week we had a Crafty Dare, which was to use an image, a collage, and some I think glitter. And this project met everything, and it was already done, but I didn't want to post it because I didn't want her to see it. So I didn't post anything that week, but I did have a project, I just couldn't share it. So the first thing that I did was I painted the whole box with some ivory chalk paint. And then I went through and I used some stencils. I used the Tim Holtz stencil. I used the Art Is stencil that I absolutely love so much. And the Tim Holtz stencil that I used, it has like two different parts to it. Let me see here. It's right here. So I used this one. So it has this beautiful part with the flourish, and then it has this part down here. So I used some of it in different spots, and I did it actually on the box before I added any of the paper. And then on the cover, once I put down the paper, I went back, I laid the stencil, so this part was already stenciled. And I also came over onto the side of the box, not just the lid. And then once I put the paper on, I lined this stencil up again and then put some more molding paste on top of the paper so that it looked like it just carried over into this section here. I also used some Color Bloom, the Prima Color Bloom in gold foil. I used the Distress Stain in Picket Fence, and also the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist in Pearl. On the butterfly, you can see how shimmery that is. That is this Luna paste. Oops. The Luna paste here. What color is this? This is Moonlight Pearl. So it is very, very beautiful, and that's how it looks. I just brushed it on with my finger. I used the artsy paste again to kind of like gild this frame here. This is a Prima little wood piece there. I used some lace in my stash that I cut up and like double layered it, and then I added some flat back pearls there. All the flowers that you see are Prima. Actually, these are Recollections. No, these are Prima as well. The book kind of paper flower is Recollection, and then those were just petals, and you layer them, and then I put a Prima flower in the center on both of those, and as well as this one over here. So really beautiful. I also used some what do you call it? Some heavy body gel and the art stones, and I used the mini art stones and the regular size, and you can see some of those right here, over here, as well as over here. There's a couple of enamel dots on here. I put a layer of lace on the back and this really beautiful gold rhinestone chain across the top. These really beautiful leaves were left over from a project that I did during the holidays with Frank's at Frank's studio. Then I believe this is a Recollections little butterfly. It had this pretty music note paper on it. And I love the rose gold pearlized flowers. Those are so beautiful. And these, so I just went through, like, I have a drawer of like all Prima flower, like Prima stuff, and also I put some Recollections flowers in there as well. So I just went through and I pulled as many of the different flowers that were in this color scheme, this neutral tone, and then I also pulled some that had the rose gold that kind of like picked up the purplish tone of the paper. So pretty. I also took another frame that I had and I broke it apart, and I put a piece of it here, and then I gilded it with the artsy paste. There's another piece of it right here, and then another piece right here. So just to add some texture and you know, another little layer, I added those pieces of frames. This is just from a scrap piece of the paper. I popped that up on Pop Dots. You can see a bunch of flat back pearls. I did some glimmer mist, not glimmer mist, some stickles in diamond on these flowers here and over here, and I put some down here too. And let me show you the sides. So this is the side. I distressed with the Prima distressing tool the sides of all the paper. There's more stenciling here. And then the paper goes all the way across to the back, to the side. And then on the front, this is from the paper collection. I just cut it down, gilded the edges, and then just kind of like put it onto the box. This is, I believe this is a Recollections butterfly. And then once I put the paper on the inside, there's also some stenciling right here with the as-is stencil. Once I put the paper on the inside, the lid of the box wouldn't close down all the way, so I had to add a closure. So luckily I had this in my stash, so this just swings down and locks underneath this piece here. Otherwise you just open it, and this is the inside of the box. So those this is 2 different pages from the collection, and then this is another page, and then I just used some scrap pieces on the sides and also on the front. So it's completely covered. I also painted like all the edges of the box with the same chalk paint, and then you can see some of the embossing on the sides where I use the molding paste and the stencil, or the stenciling, not embossing, but you can see that also on the sides. But I decided to do a box for her because I'm sending her a bunch of mixed media stuff that I was lucky enough to find at Michael's, and I wanted something pretty to put it in, so I made this, and some of it fits, some of it doesn't, but that's okay because the box is going to be full, so so that's cool. So those are the projects that I created for Tina, so I hope that she likes them. Again, you will not see this video posted until after she has received her package. And I thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I hope you're all having a really great day. Bye!